Hello, hello, we are live. And we are playing Sacred Underworld. Although I'm kind of in the middle of a run here on some of the bosses for dragons. Just testing audio here. Making sure everything's communicating. I think we're doing good. Let's go see what Serathcom has to offer. Let's take these guys out here. Rest in peace, soldiers. Alright, we're just gonna cross-map this guy here. Oh, hi. Yep, you're dead. Yeah, my dwarf's strong enough, he can just about one-shot most things. Just with a cannon shot or two.
Give up.
No. I'm not gonna give up. Why? You give up. You surrender. There you go. Here, have some axe. There we go. All these Dragonian enforcers not making a lot happen there. Good job, guys. Now, I might have my brother join me later here, although he wouldn't be on the mic, but he plays a Dark Elf who has about 30 levels on me. Oop! That's a triple duplication there. So in Sacred there's an ability called Split that actually duplicates monsters you're fighting. There we go. So we see up here the 7469 out of 7500. That's a clear region kill count, so if you kill that many guys, it creates this super boss fight with like 4 dragons and some other unique mobs and things like that. Kind of a pain in the butt to do, but ooh, that's a unique item. Monster Frightener. Let's take a look at that. Oh, we're gonna pop this fire troll over here. Oh, here, buddy. Yep, oh, I am talking to you, Mr. Stun Fire Troll. There we go. Alright, Monster Frightener. Unique dagger. Draws life from opponent 20%. Attack speed plus 33. Chance for open wounds plus 7%. That wouldn't be bad on a character that was more built around daggers, but for a dwarf, we like axes and hammers. And we can pretty much forge our own weapons with our Forge Lore skill there. Which we also do to pack on Magic Find. Imagine playing an action RPG where you could stuff your own magic items with Magic Find without having to depend on a roll for it. Alright, here we go. Here's the dragon. There's Serathcom in the corner. Alright, we're gonna grab our combo here. Fire away. Ha! He's gonna try and breathe fire on me, just out of range. Good try, buddy. Although he will hit meteors on me. Let's get rid of these mages. Oh, there we go.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah. We do pretty massive damage to this dragon. Dwarf, I would say, is actually kind of broken in Sacred. There we go. He's dead. And let's see what we got. Lots of cash here. I'll take that. Big money, no whammies. 1 gold item. Okay. No set items. Unfortunate. We are looking to complete our Calbernete set. Or, Calbernete, actually, but our arrows, because that gives us a ton of buffs to armor, resistances, and also our Magic Find. So if you're going to farm items, no one does it quite better than the dwarf. Which is kind of the purpose we're playing for him. We have other characters, but we can kit them out with plenty of stuff. Find a nice item over there, Porter? He's off to my right here. And looks like he's getting jumped by a lot of orcs. Have fun with that, buddy. I can't help you. I am 30 levels beneath you. Actually, technically I can. My dwarf outpaces him in damage, despite being 30 levels lower than him. Just because the dwarf's battle values are so broken. I'd say really only a meteor mage of the battle mage builds is nearly as broken, but even he's a little bit more fragile as a compensation, whereas my dwarf is incredibly tough to kill, while also outputting like a higher damage value than pretty much anybody else. He's still fun to play though.
Ha!
Let's go here. Let's just mortar those guys over there. Yeah, gotcha. Run down here. Oh, now we want to get to the portal. Come here. There we go. Their hitboxes are a little weird when they're flying, because you can't quite tell where their hitbox is. Oh, come here, Mr. Gargoyle. There we go. I probably don't need this healing potion. We're gonna take it anyway. Because we're about to fight a Sakura demon, which is a whole different matter entirely. Yeah, there we go, come on. Pick up the gold. There we go. Oh, grabbing the cannon here. What? Use our flamethrower. There we go. Okay, just walk around me, buddy. It's okay. There we go. Oh, no items off them. Dang. Unfortunate. But hey, the XP's nice.
Ha!
Just take out those guys. Not really interested in that dagger. Oh, I guess it's good gold, but I'm not exactly starving for gold. I have almost 2 million. My character is filthy rich in this game. But not anything compared to my brother's Dark Elf, who is packing like, I think he's broken 6 million gold? Maybe 7? This character makes my little dwarf look poor. Alright, we're gonna make our way down to a portal here in Port of Valum. If we look on our map, we're going over here. Yeah. What is it, Goblin? Tell me all about it. There we go. Armor of Hell. Not interested. That's just gonna be a kind of casual armor. Nothing we're interested in. We're gonna get rid of that shaman. Don't want him to snare us. You can just eat the barrel of cannon. Goodbye.
Ha!
Exquisite Armor of the Bear. What is that for us? Tall magic spells. That's not terrible, but I mean, compared to Arthar Eros Armor of the Anvil, yeah, it's garbage. And actually, we can pop over to this trading outpost here. Well, get rid of a couple goblins there. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go ahead, since I'm going to go into a merchant. We're just going to snag those off the ground. Bonus champion. I love that life leech. Even though I don't really need it, these goblins are never going to kill me. They'll really scratch me. There we go. Oh, come on, goblins.
Now it's your turn.
Ooh, combat kick. And a skill rune for us, we can always convert that into something that is useful. My combo masters, like the little mage guy in this town we're about to go into, can exchange skill runes, which are, I resort my inventory, these guys right here. And we'll actually swing in here. Yeah, first we're gonna kill the shaman who wants to jump us, not knowing how
gold
beneath us he is. Alright, got plenty of potions, don't need to buy those. We can sell that. Just kind of dump our inventory here, none of this stuff's particularly compelling. Not with the set items that I've got on. This This poor goblin could just stab us all day and he will do 0 damage because you are invincible while in the shop. You can try. Chance to trap flying opponents. That's not bad. I'm gonna have to throw that on. Actually, that's significantly an upgrade there. We'll just... There we go. Now we're over 3,000 defense. Toss that in the shop. We do lose a couple points of weapon lore. But we don't actually have... Well, it actually is up there, 36, but... we don't really use our axe a whole lot anyhow. Because we're too busy blowing the heads off of things with our cannons. So, there's that. And hey, we broke 2 million gold. We're rich. Okay, Goblin, you've had your fun. Goodbye. Rest in peace. If we go over to our combo master here, Mr. Blue Mage here, we can actually do a couple things here. We'll go back to the combos in a second, because we're going to make one. But if we take this, Abysmal Choir, Combat Kick, and our Time Control, we can also take this here. We can select a skill. So here we have a level 15 Flamethrower, level 16 Mortar Grenade, and level 10 Cannon. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to grab Greed, which increases our magic item collection. So if we just kind of scroll through these, we get to pick our skill rune that we want out of this. And there's Greed. So we're going to grab that. 2,000 gold, no skin off our nose. The spell resistance +2. Oh, I guess we socket it into the item, yeah. But that's a way of doing things. You can socket your skill runes into items and you get passive bonuses without actually consuming the rune. And the rune drop rate decreases the more skill runes you've consumed, but there's kind of ways around that by abusing quest drops. Like there's a couple in Bellevue, like the starter area of the game, that are pretty high likely to drop skill runes. My brother's farmed them and has like a level 50 hard hit that hits for 15 to 20,000 damage a hit, depending on if it crits or not. And in this game, 20,000 is a lot of damage. This isn't Diablo 3 where you're doing quintillions. So yeah, there's that. Oh, sorry, we're not out of merch. We're gonna pick that ring back up here, and we're gonna have to read. Here it is. Okay. Upgrade Greed. So that's level 8 now. So plus 55 to Magic Find. We do reduce our own defense, but our defense has never been a problem. Because Dwarf is broken. I watch when we get to the Scar Demon here. You tell me all about it, Goblin. There you go.
That was too easy.
The goblins like to talk a lot of smack, but they're nothing. Nice knowing you. Hi, Mr. Mercenaries. Let's go. There you go. And you know, when we do want to use our axe, it's still pretty solid, though it's never going to put out the damage that our cannons do. Just duplicate that guy. When killing them once is just not enough.
17,001.
Oh, missed. There we go. That's better. Just shoot him too. Champion ball.
I love the smell of gunpowder
Nice?
early in the
Not
morning.
really. A little bit of money. Alright, I'm just gonna keep following this road here. There's a lot of map. This world is massive. And with this character, I'm not really doing like full map clear exploration. Although there is a ton of secrets to find out there. And Sacred is packed full of Easter eggs to things. Like, if we go to our map here. Sorry, these guys want to shoot us here. If we bring our map over here, this spot here on the map, this is a reference to Tristram from Diablo 1. If you go there, all these villagers kind of talk like you're coming to a feast, and then you step by the well in the center of town, they all turn into unique zombie mobs. Good drops, good XP off of them. Armor of the Servants, not worth much there. Healing potion. Even though I have a ton of health potions, I consume quite a few of them fighting Illith Bod, the Sakara demon. He's just a hard hitter and, well, easily the most powerful monster in the game. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true after the Underworld expansion. It's still debatable that he's the toughest guy, but I mean, Anticar, but he's campaign only. Technically, he's the most powerful guy. But I guess you could argue that. Energy Demon. Another skill room you can convert. I guess that guy didn't want to fight. That's fine. We're going to teleport to Brave Rock Castle. This is the capital of Encaria. And you gotta love the visuals here of the city. I mean, this is a massive place. Let me just look at the map. I can go here. I don't have like the whole city explored because again, the dwarf is, well, he's the dwarf, and we don't care a lot about a lot of the areas because he's just a kind of a magic item runner. But I mean, this world is expansive. You come up here, you have like Zerognar up in the north here. There's a whole 3-level dungeon with a dragon at the bottom of it, full of dark elves. It's a cool place. That's up here. Here it is. And go in there. Wow, that is really far up there. I forgot how far north that went. You can go up here to the Monastery of the Seraphim, way up north. It has another dragon. We already went and killed him, but you can't really see him on the map up there. Actually, it pops out over here. So he's chilling over here in this little block of land. Cirithcom, who you saw us drop there, he's out here in the lava land in this cave between these two zones. But you access him over here. You gotta go out here through the Desert of Wyverns Pass, down this bridge here. When you kill Sisilith the Ice Dragon, he actually pops you out over at this portal here with the portal room. And then you just follow that down over here, sneak up, go up the hill there into Lava Land, sneak past that merchant, follow that down to the left, and there you go, Alcazaba Drak, where my cursor is. And then you just follow that in, follow the caves a little bit, and it'll send you to this area. Just follow it straight north, hit that, and then you're in Cirithcom's lair. And then you have another portal there, which takes you back to Silver Creek and dumps you out over here by this portal, which is known as the Goblin Lawn, because there's so many goblins over there. I mean, you just saw me running through there. But there's all kinds of things. This is all explorable area here. This is all the desert of Shadar Nor. We didn't explore much of that because we took the secret path through Mistdale Castle over here. You just hit this little portal over here. It takes you through this cave path and winding valley of hills. Over here is where it dumps you out in this cave. So all kinds of different shortcuts and alternate paths through the world. There's even a tunnel down here somewhere. Oh, I actually don't have it explored with my dwarf. My battle mage knows where it is, but it's somewhere along the southern side of the mountains here. It actually takes you over through the pass to the Wyvern Pass, left side of the desert, out over here somewhere. So that's cool. And you got Masquerel up here. You have all these different towns full of different quests. I wouldn't say they're the most compelling quests, although one of my favorite areas to go is Tir Hadar. You got 2 dragons up here, and a ton of like Jedi-looking ice elves that are pretty dense in their packs. Good XP, good items, good place to hunt. But let's continue into the dungeon of Brave Rock. So we're gonna sneak up past the castle here and just kind of make our way in here. It does take a little bit to get from point A to point B in Sacred. It's not the fastest paced game in the world compared to something like Diablo 3, even Diablo 2, where you're moving a mile a minute by comparison. Sacred in a lot of ways is the journey, and it's very unique in the world of ARPGs in my personal opinion. And I might do a more in-depth review and retrospective down the road, but right now we're just having some fun doing some nostalgia here. And time mage. Just shoot that guy in the face. He's done. And if you just kind of make your way through this dungeon tunnel here, that guy, I could technically run past all these guys and they wouldn't be a problem. I even like to do it, just wrap up a large group of guys and then flamethrower them all down. But here, for the sake of expediency, we'll just kind of make our way past. Shoot a couple guys along the way. We're almost leveled up. In fact, I think if I drop just a couple more guys here, I should level up. Oh, dead. Duplicated. Here we go. There's that level up. Oh. Okay. Oh, Fist of the Gods. Let's grab that skill rune. That's a nice skill if you're playing Gladiator, who's kind of like a barbarian in most games, or he's kind of your main melee fighter. And you can build him a few different ways. You can stick him into pole arms, big axes, two-hander swords, or you can do dual wielding. I think kind of like a Diablo 2 or Diablo 3 barbarian. And this world, I would say, is not high fantasy. It's like dark fantasy, but not quite as grim as, say, like Gothic horror, like Diablo is in Sanctuary. But when you play the campaign of Sacred, it's actually got a fairly grim storyline with undead like invading north, pushing the orcs out of their lands in the desert. Let's drop these guys here. Duplicated. Extra kill for free. And I guess these don't count towards any region clears. We might have to try that, but I would need to get my brother's Dark Elf in here first. Maybe we do that on one of these streams, just the region clear adventure. Now, before we fight the Sicardians, we're gonna
weapons
go
fail to damage
pop
these
this
creatures.
guy here. We're gonna drop him. Oh, we activated Buildthaw. Here we go. And let's scrap our combo. This is gonna get intense very quick. Actually did about 25% of his health there without too much trouble there. He's gonna blast us with a laser grenade. It's fine. Just heal up. So good, we got the other two guys. Let's sneak around here, pop this ghost. Now, laser beams, fire, they hurt. Now, what we're activating Greed for is when we drop him, we want to have that active. I should reactivate it here. Oh, it's still active, cool. And we got 2 gold items. Just about to see if those are worth anything. Grab that multi-hit skill rune. Drop this ghoul. Yep, just sleep it off there, buddy. Alright, so we got a staff. I'm not a battle mage. Oh, base shift +7. If you like to teleport, that's a good time. Then this axe here. Attack speed +22, 646 to 787. Not really better than our Thane Axe of Flames. This is a reference to something. It's one of the Easter egg items. It's really powerful and easy to obtain. You just gotta run north of Masquerel a little bit. Let's go here. Let's upgrade our Forge Lore. That turns red because I have it at max level for what I can do at my character level. Now, we're also going to put some points into our weapon technology and dwarven technology. That reduces our cooldowns for this. I've got enough points put into it where this really recharges quite fast and, again, makes the dwarf just broken and easily abusing his stat points there. And we'll drop 1 into Constitution. Give us a little more health. And we just broke 4,000 health. So, that's good. Going to skills. Skills not quite as important. They all passively generate by so much at every level. And you can put a point extra where you want it. And I like to put ones into like strength and physical regen. Just because it improves the cooldowns of my skills here. While also making my health regenerate faster. Strength improves my melee damage. It's like if we put a point into strength here, it improves our attack rating and melee health points. So, like my current attack here, 464. My attack speed is 220, survival bonus 15%. Well, the survival bonus is a separate thing. The longer you stay alive without dying, the bigger that bonus becomes, which improves your item finding, your gold find, etc. So actually just staying alive and doing stuff, it's always a good thing. So let's put a point into... Increases trade price, increases damage with poison. Well, let's put it into strength. So, level 49. Now we just need to make our way out of the cave.
Ha!
Goodbye. There is another nice dragon to farm, which is Decay, the poison dragon. I've already killed her in this round. But what we'll do here is we'll actually reset the world. and we can go fight them. So we're gonna hit quit. Just DC there. Local network. And we can actually see my brother's game there. He's running in gold. We're not high enough level to join him. We're still chumps compared to his Dark Elf. So we'll just create our own game on Silver. We'll just kind of let's play Sacred just for fun. Now there's actually no servers. You can still do LAN with a little bit of finagling, but overall it's not too bad. We're gonna go to this merchant here, kind of just empty these items that we don't care about. Shield, Splendid Ring of the Eagle. That's right, we replace that item. And yeah, we can actually go over to our skill master and we can convert some runes again. So we're gonna do that. And let's see, grade's level 8 right now. No, why not? Let's improve further. More magic find's always good. And as we see, our defense penalty is actually going down the more levels we're putting into greed. So I would imagine at a high enough level, this actually maybe buffs your armor, possibly. But I've never played a dwarf to that high of level, so I wouldn't know. But if we go through this portal here, this is Bellevue, the starter area. This is like the command garrison. And each character actually starts out in a slightly different location. So this is where the Vampirist class starts. The Seraphim starts over here at the Abbey. Then the Battle Mage starts here. Gladiator is down here at the arena, of course. And the Dark Elf is kind of in this area I haven't really explored down here because it wasn't really important for my Dwarf. Wood Elf also starts there. Dwarf stands by that helicopter there that's all blown up. But anywho's it's. Let's go over here to the portal. We're going to go down to Korad Nor, the Orc city. So we're down here on the map now, or here. So just portal down from Bellevue. You can't actually cross through this zone here. It just kind of ends in forest. But you have to go all the way around to Port of Valum, go through the desert here, dip out through Korad Nor. Campaign actually takes you over here to Aleth Tar. There's a portal there from Tyr Fassel, which is up here. But that portal's not active in just general multiplayer. It's only campaign-based. There's a few of those, but as you saw with the portal runes from the dragon, we have ways to get around in a decent period of time. The Swamp Dragon out by Mistdale Castle dumps you off on their field. Goodbye. We're just going to go south of Korad Nor Castle here. So the easiest way to recognize it on the map is this little field here with the banners. That's Decay's spawn zone. We can actually zoom out and snipe this undead from off the map. So he was actually in aggro range, but if we just get this guy barely under the screen, boom, there he goes. Let's grab our mortar here. One thing that's fun there is we can just blow up that whole group. Oh, I didn't target it quite properly. That's fine. Then we'll grab our combo. 13,000, yeah. So with that combo, we just did half that dragon's health. Wow, that's nice. Ouch. Okay, activate greed. Ow. And that's one dead dragon. And hey, we got a set item. Although I already have that in my stash, it'll be a better version at the very least. Grab all these items here for the dragon. So, what makes a good action RPG? Well, I would say good itemization, good world, good questing, and good hunts for items. Now, Sacred's got some compelling sets, and I'm going to like highlight over this. This is all of our set bonuses. So, you don't need a massive amount of items to... Okay, here we go. Let's see. Anyways, as I was saying, sets in this. So, having good quality items to find to build your character, good choices. So these I picked from a list every so many levels. I think you get your first 5 by level 20. I took well, you start with weapon lore and constitution as a dwarf, and then you add on a bunch. I even get one more ability, I think, at level 60, or is it 50? We should find out before too long here when I hit level 50, but you do get a wide variety of skills to choose from, and actually if we can just get that level pick up there, maybe we can explore that a little bit more. Visual detail. Come here. There we go. We'll zoom back in. You can even zoom in further. I mean, your character model is definitely not as detailed as in other games. I still think he looks cool. Rest in peace, Orc. I'm sure this Orc City's super happy with me just slaughtering its people right outside its walls. And then, like, selling stuff to their merchants. Oh yeah, we have that Aura Isla Spear. We can go over to our stash. And as we see, we already have that here. This is actually an equal tier to it. So, I'm going to sell it. It's not going to be worth much to us. We're not a two-hander. I'm just keeping it around for my brother Seraphim. We'll just, yeah, we're going to sell this stuff. It's not worth much. Sell that by branded up potion. Poison's not really super concerning in this game. In a multiplayer, we can toss our undead death potions because they're actually not coded to temporarily die like they do in single player. It's interesting. And maybe it was because it's kind of obnoxious when they just keep standing up like 10 times before they finally die in full. We're going to go to the monastery and Seraphim here. Heard something there. That might have been back in Orc Village there. Delayed audio or something. So now here, this is just fun goblin slaying land. Grab the statue here. So the statue of Seraphim, if you find them, they give you holy buffs, and each one does a little bit different. I think some boost your XP, some boost your elemental damage. They're nice little finds. Just burn this little squad of goblins. Yeah, you just flame entire rooms of goblins. It's good.
What a waste of gun.
Skills in an RPG should also feel fun to execute. And admittedly, it's for a game as old as this, it's immensely satisfying to just roast these goblins. And they're good XP too. The coherence of the world design in Sacred and the way it scales, it's actually amazingly balanced for it, and scales incredibly well. A lot of other games that I've played with scaling, they lose themselves very quick. But scaling and item drops feel very good. I would say it has probably even better drop rates than Diablo 2 does. And as much as I love Diablo 2, its drop rates for like hell difficulty items are garbage. And way too rare. I've never been a proponent of you need to dump like 10,000 hours into the game to find certain items. And for a lot of these rare items, they're very central to a lot of builds in Diablo 2. But it takes an eternity to find them. So you're either going to get frustrated or bored by the time you actually are obtaining those. And don't get me wrong, Diablo 2 has amazing gameplay. But it's rarity on certain items, especially runes, to make rune words, it's just bad. But it still keeps you playing because the core design loop and quality exhibited in Diablo 2 is even still kind of the gold standard. And some people argue Path of Exile is bad, but I think Path of Exile is a bit bloated in its systems. There's so much going on that like a new player walking into that is going to be immensely overwhelmed. Like here, once we get to level 50, and I can see that last attribute point or skill selection, I can kind of show you what some good player choice looks like. But let's go. Because a lot of the RPGs have some pretty. Oh man, we got a set item. Oh, that's not a bad item. If I was a pole arm user, but we'll just go out this cave here. Sorry, I lost my train of thought a little bit, and I found a shiny item. Let's see if I can find it again. Well. Just keep sneaking through here as we look for our train of thought. Annihilating Dagger of the Commander, that's a gold item. We'll see if that's any good there. Just blast you there. Now if we zoom out, I can actually target way further. Okay, let's get this dragon. Or ice lizard. Oh, Path of Exile system. That's what I was talking about. So, as a new player walking into that, and I've tried to get into it several times, but my problem with it is that there is so much going on. I have to pull up an image of Path of Exile's skill trees, but there is so much there. Like, as a new player, there's no way not to be overwhelmed by that. And it's very hard to determine what all that stuff means, given how much there is. You're starting at level 1, trying to determine what you're going to do with your character when you have this just wall of skills. And I do literally mean a wall of skills. That their skill tree table is massive. It's colossal. And it's not to say some players don't enjoy that level of complexity and build diversity. It's just, it's a lot for a player to take in. Ow. It's just gonna hit me with meteors here. We're gonna sneak around. Just combo these guys here. Not quite as much damage on Sisilith here. He's a bit more powerful than Decay. But we still did about 30% of his health there. We'll just stand in his dragon fire there, that hurts. We're still hurting pretty good here, doing good damage. Ow. He's just slapping me around a little bit. We'll back up and just keep bombarding him with cannonballs here. Double hit. Ow, ow, ow. Meteors and Dragon Breath at the same time. That hurts a lot. Activate our greed. Flamethrower. Get rid of all these guys. Now. Anything good? Devastating helmet of the commander. Portal rune. Get rid of you. Irritation. For all my magic finds, surprisingly, my drops this night have not been so good. But normally I find much better stuff. Much more interesting drops. Sacred giveth and sacred taketh. We'll go over to this portal here. Nah, I'm not gonna worry about these ice lizards. Just drop off into Wyvern's Pass here. Yeah.
Normal weapons fail to damage these creatures.
Now tomorrow we are gonna do. I think we're gonna do some Dead Space, and that's the remake Dead Space 1. I played a little bit of it. I'm at chapter 2. I can start at chapter 1 for you guys. It doesn't take too long to get through. We're just gonna sneak around here. Another thing that makes a good ARPG is the skills need to be good. What skills the player can activate with each class, they need to be compelling. For sure. Like, if we go to the Dwarf's combat arts, and you have this multi-attack skill here. For me, it's not so good because I invested into my weapon technologies because they're so dang powerful. They just are. Not to say the Dwarf's melee is anything to sneeze at, but the 3 artillery shots here, they're just honestly objectively way better than anything else with the Dwarf. But the melee's still fun if you did go that route. But say we grab recoil here, we swap that out of our combo, and we switch to our maul. Let's go find ourselves a goblin. Any red dots on the map there? Yeah, we'll find one before too long here. Enemy density is pretty frequent. Let's grab him. Just throw him there. You can throw enemies into each other. Let's see if I can target it and do that properly. Ah, I missed. Okay, walk over here. Maybe not. I don't do enough damage with it to really be effective with it. Oh, you're still...
Be gone!
We'll just re-equip that, that's fine. But I have like a Dwarven Steel ability that improves my damage, so we go like this, and activate that. That improves our attack 75%, reduces enemy physical resistance by 52%. Only lasts 35 seconds, but it's pretty cool. We do Battle Rage here.
Hoo-ah!
Yeah, that increases our damage by 48% with using Berserk. It's... If we can run up here to this goblin while this is active here. Come here. Just punctures through physical resistance, it's nice. You can definitely do very good on a melee dwarf build. I'd have it perform kind of like a equal to the gladiator in offensive power, but really, artillery with the dwarf is just too good. And we'll grab our combo back here, grab our mortars. Keep making our way back towards Alcazab and Draco. I do have to occasionally peer at the map just to make sure I'm still on track, though I should know this by the back of my hand as many times as I've done this. And for the most part I do, but... I do overshoot my landings sometimes in this game. Because again, the world is absolutely massive. Just kill you, get rid of you. An easiest way to Alcazab and Draco is just hug the lava wall here. And you'll eventually reach this little inlet ramp. I'd say the goblins are some of my favorite enemy types in this game. They're just fun to kill, and they have a good little sound package for their characters. It's fun. It might look clunky, and even times it feels clunky, but I do highly recommend it if you're a fan of action RPGs. It's always a good time. And it's nostalgic. It really is. And I would say there's even touches of it in more modern ARPGs. Just grab our mortar here, we can take out this whole group in one shot. So I have an item that snares the flying enemies there, that green beam of death, which is that amulet we picked up earlier. That chance to trap flying opponents. which is really nice on those lizards, harpies, and stuff that will just want to fly. And they just can't do anything about it. Let's sneak up here. And the landmark to look for with Alcazaba Draco is you see this statue here on the map. Here it is in the game, but that denotes you're there. So just follow that statue to the south. They have the store here. We're gonna go in here. Alcazaba Draco. Lair of the Dragon, Sirithcom. And there's a couple pathways here to get to the exit door. We're just gonna sneak our way through here. And actually, I think this is just gonna loop around it on itself, but... Nope, it does link up. I was wrong. Okay. Hang right. Follow this path down there. I think we should hit level 50 before we're done with this run. Probably before we hit Sirithcom, to be honest, but... Just kind of keep sneaking our way up here. Oh, no, we gotta go left. Follow this little land bridge here. There actually is an ability in this game, too, called Die on Sight. And so if you stack that skill enough, you could like run through an area, say like the Goblin Lawn, where this is over in Silver Creek, where all the goblins like to spawn in really dense packs. And they all just essentially kill themselves as soon as you see them. And it's kind of an entertaining time when it makes you feel like a god. You're just running around and enemies are chopping their own limbs off and just dying without you needing to touch them. We might not quite break 50, getting to Sirithcom, but that's okay. Sirithcom himself will finish off the level if we don't.
Stop!
No, I won't stop. Oh, I missed. Land. Yeah, these Draconian Enforcers aren't gonna stop us. We can just fire from across the map here. Oh, rest in peace, buddy.
Your time has come!
Burning gauntlets, eh. We get some nice lifesteal there. Come on, fire. There we go. We can drop a lot of these guys before they even get to us. Another thing that's kind of broken about the dwarf, to be real, but... And I can show you my Meteor Mage, and he pretty much accomplishes the same thing. Oh, and dragons in this game actually have hordes. Well, some of them do. With cursed treasure. Now, there's nothing actually cursed about it. It doesn't hurt you any. But when you click on them, they drop an item as well as giving you 5,000 gold guaranteed. And that scales up depending on your difficulty. So I think you get 10,000 gold on gold difficulty. And I would wager that goes up to 15,000 on platinum and probably 20,000 on niobium if the scaling is consistent.
Never underestimate a dwarf.
But I've never actually made it to niobium or even platinum, so there's that. We'll just keep marching our way down here to Sirithcom. Good try, Mr. Enforcer. That's okay. I have a horde thing I can pick up here. You can tell me to give up all you want, but it's not going to save you, Mr. Enforcer. Now, if we just carefully edge ourselves over here, bomb that guy. Boom. Kill those two Spellweavers, and we can get a couple pairs of cursed treasures here. Yeah, nothing good dropping off there. I don't think I've really ever gotten anything super compelling off of the cursed treasure drops, but you know, the free gold is always nice. And I would always recommend getting rid of the... get rid of the Spellweavers as soon as possible, because they are kind of obnoxious with their snares. I'll look over here, get all this gold. It's free real estate. And here we go, Sirith Calm. Now he's going to take much less damage and punishment from our abilities, simply by virtue that he's a fire dragon. Rest in peace. Ow, just take some fire damage. Fire away, we'll see how much damage we do. Yeah, we only did about 25% rather than 30 to 50 like we did in the last two dragons, but our cannonballs are still doing amazing damage, so that's always good. And we're going to sneak away from his fire range. Just do watch out for the meteors like that. And really, you know, you can't be stupid in these fights. It's still, even though I can absolutely choke these guys, if I just stood in this fire, I would die very horribly. Commander's Ring of Suffocation. So no set items, which are really the best items in this game, by far. But you can still find some good gold items, and so if we take a look here, we did get Arnhem's Fiery Blade off of that other guy, and needs sword lore for it, but it's not a terrible sword, and you get +1 to all your combat arts. So it's a good two-hander to throw in like a two-handed gladiator. And has good crit chance, extra attack damage. So it's a pretty solid item if you've got sword lore going on. Let's take a look here. We have that set ring. So damage received reduces gold, saving health 4%. So this actually does damage to my gold stocks, which are insanely high. And yes, we did get that skill at level 50. That's nice. So we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Commander's Ring of Suffocation. 53 to 89. If we take a look at our rings here, yeah, I could probably equip that over that. Through the power of gold, I survive. Alright, so if we click on our new skill here, so we get a list of things we can take here. Now, for us, we have trading, which reduces purchase prices and increase sales prices, and makes special offers on goods, so that means better item stocks. Ranged combat, so if we wanted to use our guns, there are flintlock pistols and rifles that the dwarf can use, or if you were other characters, it'd be like crossbows or longbows, but our long range is a cannon, so we don't need that. Concentration improves physical. If we were a melee build using this side of the tree, then that would be helpful, but it's not to us, so we're not going to take that. Now, we could essentially get free blocks on melee with parrying. That doesn't really do much for us with this character, because we usually nuke things from out of range before anything could ever even be fighting us in melee. Unarmed combat, well, we're not punching, and we're not using gauntlets, so we're not going to take that. Sword lore, we use an axe, we don't use swords. So I'm not too worried about that. Disarming. Now, probability that an opponent will be disarmed when hit, that's actually pretty sweet, not going to lie. And agility increases defensive and attacking capabilities in combat. So I'm going to take disarming. We're going to dump 4 points into that, just to get it kind of going. My forge lore is already pretty good, and we invest a lot into it, as it is. Max level at 67, so we can forge way above our weight class right now, because we're level 50. Like, give me a few more levels and I could upgrade my brother's equipment, even though he's got 30 levels on me. Well, more like 20 now. But he's also got a lot more XP to gain per level than I do, so there is that as well. We'll put in physical regen there, improve cooldowns. 1 second cooldown, 2.3, 3.1, all pretty solid. I'm not going to grab every one of these cursed treasures. I don't really need to, I'm filthy rich with this character. Oh, okay. Let's sneak around here. Blast him. You're still alive. Amazing. There you go, die. In fact, on our way to Elwood, we're going to just kind of run past a lot of these guys here. You don't need to fight everything you see, because the enemies spawn at a rate where if you stopped and fought every single thing that got in your way, you'd be there for a while. Now, if you're doing the region clears, that would be extremely helpful to stop and fight everything you see. But we're not doing that right now, so we're just off on a mission. Now normally you'd swing to the right and grab the Heart of Encaria piece. But we're not playing campaigns, so we don't really need to. Plus I don't even think it's there in multiplayer. Now just like before, we gotta run off to Porto Vallum. Flamethrower never gets old. Now if we just run down and to the left. And I just like to drag the goblins along with me on the goblin lawn. Get a nice big crowd like this. Kind of run over here, and then flamethrower.
Goblins!
Rest in pieces. Alright. We're just gonna keep meandering down here. Draw another big crowd here. Oh, we got a shaman. He's gonna stop us. I'll show you what happens. Or he won't chase. That's amazing. They always get chased.
Well, what do you say now?
Now, if we tag these guys with the little chevrons on their health bar, those are champions. Think from like elites and or uniques in Diablo. And they can have decent item drops.
Be gone!
Especially when we like the arrows. If they have the gold names on them, they can do good for us. Let's see if I can. No, there's a lot of champion shamans in this area.
Mine! As if there was any doubt.
We're close to Corvallis. Oh, we're getting close. Are you a yellow one? No, you're not. That's okay. Still worth some. Good XP, if nothing else. And we have so much life leech from our stuff. Here's one of those gold shamans. Let's go greed real quick. And then... Aw, he dodged it. These shamans like to run. There we go.
Victory is mine!
Little loot pinata there. Nothing good on him, unfortunately, but that's okay. Got another champion here. Yeah. Our health potion stock's done. Ah, we have plenty. Then we're gonna go to Brave Rock. We'll hit this merchant right here. Don't need that stuff. Just sell it all. We'll stash the set ring. Lifting helmet. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Fist of the Gods +4. If I didn't have an Andiel helm on my Gladiator, that'd be nice to keep around. Although, you do have to do a little bit of extra manipulation to get items to your other characters, usually by either having a second instance of Sacred running as the host, and then just dropping items for your characters across save files. Or... well, that's really the only way to do it, honestly. It's not a shared stash like in Diablo 3 or Diablo 2 Resurrected, so... that's okay. And we'll also store that set sword there as well, but I don't have a stash right next to me over here in Brave Rock. There's one somewhere in this town, I can't remember where it is though. But we're gonna go up here to the castle fight Elfba again. We have plenty of potions to get the job done. And then of course you just log and reset for that particular set of runs. And it's a good run for XP and items because you get 3 dragons and Elfba in one run. Though there are other dragons you could hunt. If you go over here, in this pocket here, there's a dragon. He kind of hangs out over in this area north of this little portal stand right here. So he spawns like right here. Then, of course, we talked earlier about Zerognar. Going in there to the 3rd level, there's a swamp dragon, but it takes a while to get to him. And, I mean, Dark Elves are amazing XP, so there's that. But you can't quite run them the same way as you can that dragon. Then there is the Draconis Mortis dragon. He's off over here. Actually, no, that's not his spawn. He is... Where is he? Actually, that might be where he is. That is where he is. There's an island over here in the middle of that lake-ish spot. Oh, no, it's not. It's over here. Here it is. And it's a very close quarters dragon fight. He's got decent drops. But to get to him with a character that can't teleport or jump like a Dark Elf or a Battle Mage, you would have to go over here to Baron de Mordere's castle, go behind his keep to that tunnel there. There's a portal that dumps you out over there. So you'd have to go to Masquerel or Timberton. Timberton's your best portal for that. Kind of go down here, walk off the path, you know, all that. It's not too long to get to, but yeah, still faster to hit Decay, Cirith Kama, and Sisilith, and that's Elfba than it is otherwise. Oh, and then by Masquerel, if you go by Porto Draco, which is this town here, go south of the town, there's an exit off here, follow that down to this little wooded path, cross the bridge, follow that all the way up here around the corner, and there's Lorinor, who is another dragon you can fight. So there's a few different spots. There's also Tir Hadar, go in here, there's the twin dragons up there on the far side, along with all the Jedi Ice Elves that I talked about earlier. Another good spot for farming XP. Really great XP area. Takes a little bit to get up there though. And then once you're in there, it takes a long time to get back to another portal to get to other locations. There isn't really fast travel in the traditional sense in Sacred. You have your world portals every so often, but even using those, it's still quite a bit of real estate between you and your destination in a lot of areas. And we're just gonna kind of run past these guys. They're great XP, but we're on a mission. And I think after we take down Elfba, I'm gonna wrap up this stream for tonight. It's getting fairly late. Here we are, we're back to Elfba. Just clear up a couple of these guys around him, just so they're not freezing us or anything. Because even though we didn't have too much trouble with them last time, you get frozen, and it can be a bad time. He doesn't need long to Terrium. you go. Let's see how much percentage of this health we can do with our one combo. Yeah, about 25% of his health. Amazing. I'll just chunk him for probably, oh, I'd say maybe 10-15% a shot.
Ha! I should avoid fire while wearing this armor.
And he's down. And unfortunately, not so generous with the items. And that's, well, that's kind of that for this run. So we'll sign out here, go back. And as you see, I have several different characters. These characters are actually old save files that I found on my old tower. I had started a new Ice Mage, and I'll still continue him at a later date, but getting that Forge lore up with the Dwarf is pretty good for stacking all these other characters. And if we just click on one of these empty slots, new character, there was some good class variety here. I mean, you still had some of your common archetypes, but there was definitely something unique about them at the same time. So Gladiator, your typical beat-em-up melee guy. The Seraphim's like this paladin-esque holy character. You have the Demon, who, well, I don't really quite know her playstyle. I didn't really ever play her much. But she does have an interesting skill set. I haven't looked at it, but that was a long time ago. Dwarf, well, you saw him in action. And then Wood Elf is your typical archer. And she has some other like druid stuff in her skill list. Battle Mage, he can do, I mean, he's never going to punch at the same level as like a dwarf or a gladiator, but he can hold his own in a melee, as well as drop some serious magic power. The Dark Elf, he's like the assassin, essentially. Super fast attack, dual wielding, mobility, poison, stuff like that. And the Vampire's really unique archetype. So she has like a knight main form where she's doing like two-handers, but then she can also turn into a vampire form where she still attacks at lightning speed while using a two-hander. She's actually kind of broken in a way if you build her up properly, but it takes a little bit to get that rolling. And I've never really taken her far with things, but she's definitely interesting. And she's a good time for a lot of players, from what I've heard, but I've never really played her myself. Maybe someday. But I mean, if I go over to Aram here and just create a game here on gold, just real fast, we'll load in here. So if we go to his combat arts, so he's got 4 different tiers of magic, fire, earth, air, water, and then he has like some healing and utility spells. And this guy was built on fire and earth. His meteor does 926 damage. Now, while it doesn't read the same damage as the dwarf, when you're fighting dragons, you know, 8 times 900, or let's just round it up to 1,000 for good measure, 8,000 damage, you're hitting it more than the dwarf's cannon is. And the mage can also crit his spells too, if you've built him that way. He's an absolute powerhouse, and he even has a pretty sizable health pool. I think he's got more health than my dwarf right now, but he's also got 10 levels on him, and he's also using Constitution as a skill there, so there's that. But unlike my dwarf, he has riding. He can ride horses around. I'll call my ride. Got a nice little white horse here. Shadowfax, come see me. There we go. And he's got a higher move speed than me, 173, versus my regular walking speed of... Oh yeah, I'm actually faster than him now, at 177. That's awesome. Yeah, so I can ride him around. I can cast spells while I'm riding. So there's a lot of utility to the Battle Mage. He's fun. He's a good time. And just like my other characters, I've got good weapon bonuses and set bonuses. So I got like Solemn Wares. If I swing over and switch to my staff and highlight over this, I get magic lore plus 8 on top of, well, 16% magic resistance. But I lose a little bit from having Paternus and Byleth's Wall. So swinging back over there, I get my sword lore and weapon lore. I get Dagowitz. So my meteors do 1,000, almost 1,100 damage per blast. And that hits 8 times, so 8,800 damage. Fireball does 1867, it has a 0.8 second recharge. If I hop off my horse here, it fires even faster. And it hits for almost 2,000 damage. So there's that. And then there's this guy, which does 570 damage per second for 25 seconds with this nice fire spiral. Good AoE crowd control around me. And of course I can zoom out and just... boom. Teleport. So, Battle Mage, pretty awesome. And if we go to the Gladiator here, I'll show him off too. Why not? We can create a game here with him in it. And if we go to his combat arts, he doesn't appear at first to have really all that many, but he doesn't really need this massive skill list. You got a whirlwind that you can do, or sorry, multi-hit, which just does like rapid hitting against multiple guys. Hard hit, which does massive damage, like increased by a percentage based on level. By level 12, it's 320%. I'm using dual axes, but I also have sword lore, so I can switch between that and machetes here. I have to do a couple different loadouts that I can run depending on kind of what I'm fighting. But I like to use my dual flaming Thane axes. The Thane axes are just kind of powerful, and it's again that Easter egg axe that I'm even using it on my dwarf. It's just got some really solid stats, and of course you can go sword and board with him if you want. Sword and shield. He's just a cool character all around. He's fun. And I'm wearing this awesome like Ruber looking armor if you know Quest for Camelot. It's pretty nice. It's Andiel's Malevolence. Kind of makes me look evil, but I think my guy looks like a badass, so there's that. And Arnhem's Fiery Blade. That's that sword that we found with our dwarf. So it does him good. It doesn't quite hit as hard. It's a little bit lower level item than my dual Thane axes, which are level 50 items. I'm sure if I had a higher tier version of it, it could be pretty solid two-hander for just doing high crit damage like Fist of the Gods. But I don't have anything to punch here, so I can't do it. But yeah, essentially does this like holy green fist of power. Actually, I can do something here. Let's go punch a thief.
Attention.
It's like, oh, you stole bread from the village. Here is your punishment. It's a crime punishable by death. Yeah, punched him so hard his leg fell off. Alright. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for tonight, folks. Thanks for joining me, and this is the Varaxian signing off.